Hello and welcome to this choreograph tutorial. My name is Adam, and today what we're going to be playing around with is the robot's sensors. So the robot has several sensors on its body, including head sensors, hand sensors, and bumpers on its feet. And these are things that you can touch with your hand and it will be recognized by the robot as user interaction. And what we're going to do is we're going to see how that can evoke different behaviors in the robot. So let's go ahead and start a new project and connect to our robot. We got Stacy here. There we go. There's Stacy. And we will start off by working with the head sensors. And really, all these sensors function the same way. So we'll just do the head sensors to show how it works. And I think that we want the robot to be sitting down for this, just so I don't knock him over on accident. So let's make him sit down. And then we will get that sensor in there. So in the box library we have several different folders, and to this point we've been messing around with sort of the basic stuff. So let's look into the sensing folder, and here you have several different options, and what we are interested in is the tactile head sensor. So this means something that you can just touch with your finger and it will be recognized by the robot. There's also tactile left hand, tactile right hand, and foot bumpers right here. There is more advanced sensing such as sonar, which if you can see right here, these little, they look like mesh wires, or mesh metal right here on the robot, and those are its sonar sensors. And that's a little out of the scope of this tutorial, but feel free to mess around with those. So we will take the tactile head sensor and put it in here. So once the robot sits down, we're going to go into this tactile head sensor. And what happens in this box is a little bit different than other behaviors. When we go inside of it, we see here that there are these little squiggly lines over on the left side. And as you can see, the tooltip here says connected to AL memory will be stimulated every time the value subscribed to changes. So what that means is it's going to be activated when the value of the sensor changes, and we do that just by touching it. So we'll do a little example of how that works. Seeing as this one is for the rear tactile, which is the rear button on the robot's head. This one is for the middle button on the robot's head, and this one is for the front button on the robot's head. And each of these corresponds to an output, and we'll see how that works in a second. So if I touch either the front, middle, or back button on the robot's head, we should exit this behavior right here and finish at the global end. So let's go ahead and run the program and make sure your robot doesn't fall off the table when you do this. Okay, so the robot's sitting down, and as you can see, he's got 3 buttons on his head, or on her head. This is Stacy. Back, middle, and front. So we'll go ahead and touch the back sensor and see what happens. Oh, you know what? I think I touched it when I was moving the robot around for you. I'll run it one more time. Alright, the robot is already sitting. We saw the green little dot move into the tactile head sensor. And so now it's just waiting for me to touch the head. So I'll go ahead and touch the middle one. If it'll stop moving. See that green little dot left the middle sensor and finished the program. So we can try this again, and we'll make it do that from the back sensor. So here we go. And we saw the green little dot flow out from the back sensor. And just for fun, we'll do it for the front sensor. Here we go. Very cool. Alright, now we've got the basics down of how to use the sensors. So let's go ahead and make the robot do 3 different things based on which button I press. So let's go through our box library. Why don't we make the robot wave its hand for one of them. We'll make it say something for another, and we'll make it wipe its forehead for another. So front one, we'll make it wipe its forehead. Middle one, we'll make it say something. And the back one, we'll make it wave. So let's say, this is my middle sensor. Aren't I smart? Okay. And once it reaches the end behavior, we're going to do something cool and make it follow right back in to the tactile head behavior. So what this will do is, once it's done wiping its forehead, it's just going to go back and listen for another tactile input. So we'll see how this works. Here we go. Alright, we're sitting, and now we're waiting for the tactile head. So we will go with the easiest one first and touch the middle.
This is my middle sensor. Aren't I smart?
That's pretty cool. And now we saw it lead right back into the tactile head box again. So now we can just keep doing this forever, and you can see how this goes. Alright, so we'll make it wave this time. So touch the back sensor. Alright. Pretty cool. Oh! I don't know what's going on right now. Okay. And now we'll do the front, make it wipe its forehead. Alright. So that's it. I mean, you can get really creative with this type of stuff, and there's really no limit to how much you can repeat this stuff, and you can make the robot do some pretty neat stuff. So that is what I wanted to cover with this tutorial, and I hope you do some pretty neat stuff with this. Alright, thank you very much.